In this video, we're going to talk about Sony solutions for virtual production.
Real quick, you're watching VP Land. Special thanks to our sponsors for helping make our NAB coverage possible, Blackmagic and Atomos. And now, back to the video.
Hi, I'm here with Libor from Sony, and we're going to talk about virtual production. So tell me what Sony has going on with virtual production.
So, as a maker of panels and a maker of a camera, physical camera, now we actually wandered into also a software solution. We do not create a software that will put a content on the wall. That's Epic Games and Unreal Engine. But we work really closely with them to create a plugin. A plugin to Unreal Engine basically brings the Sony ecosystem of cameras and panels into Unreal Engine so it can be used in virtual production. One of the big advantages we have now is we're bringing Sony Venice into Unreal Engine, and with Sony Venice we're also bringing the color space of Sony. So S-Log3 has come with 3 color space now inside Unreal Engine. So you can render your plates or your backgrounds or hold your movie in S-Log3, S-Log color space. The important part of it is because now what Sony strives to do is bring the filmmakers into the virtual production space. And if you start explaining to them that they should learn as a new things, they may be a little hesitant to come and join the virtual production kind of a wagon. But because they know color space, they know S-Log3, S-Gamma3, now they're going to know exactly what they do with inside Unreal Engine.
Yeah, so how has this helped like with cinematographers or people who have not used virtual production as much? How has this helped kind of ease them into it?
So because all the terms and all the settings, so if you're a cinematographer who's using Sony Venice, all the settings that you normally have on Sony Venice camera, they are now inside Unreal Engine and they are named the same way. So if I want to put an ND in a virtual camera, it says ND and you're going to put 0.3 ND. So you actually understand exactly what you're doing. We can do the same thing inside Unreal Engine, but it's the exposure index and trying to match number and stuff like that.
Same term, same settings.
Same term, same settings. That's kind of the concept to bring you in and understand what how it concerns.
And now when you're doing previs and stuff, can this also help prevent issues when you're designing your volume?
100%. I'm glad you asked.
Yeah.
Yes, that's one of the things. So we're trying to see previs, production, and then post-production in kind of in one series. So one of the parts of the tool set in pre-production. So if you have your volume set up, you understand the volume you're going to be filming with. You're going to set up your props, your physical props in the volume. Now you can simulate that process or that space inside Unreal Engine, and we can give you something we call more alert or more warning, and that will help you on the placement. So let's say you're filming something in a volume that is 100 feet by 100 feet. You build your stage, and then you find out that you need to move everything by 20 feet because you're getting more air. Well, we can prevent that because if you do exactly the same thing in a virtual world, now you can start planning your shots, and you're going to understand if you're getting more air, you're not getting more air, this is a good shot, where my talent's going to stay. So kind of help with the process. Again, it's about helping with the process to make it more affordable and make it more easier for people to get into virtual production.
Yeah, with a camera that you might be used and familiar with.
And so exactly. So you set up all your settings on the virtual camera, and then you can go and export the config file and put it on your physical camera. So now both cameras are matching.
You got everything exactly the same.
Yeah.
And can you tell me a bit about the project that we're kind of looking at behind us here?
So right now, this is one of the showcase projects that we as a Sony work on together with USC, University of Southern California, and ATC, which is a part of a USC. And this was a student project. It's a short film. It also served as a kind of a small testing ground for every other technology. So we were using new camera tracking and lens tracking data, new workflow for cloud service for updating proxies and dailies in the cloud, and obviously using our virtual production toolset to kind of showcase what can be done with that on very small scale production that eventually can expand.
Was there anything that you kind of learned from the project or some interesting takeaways that you got from the EUROPA project?
So what we learned that people really like that they can do previs before they go on the set. So we could prevent a lot of the problems, a lot of the issues that would normally happen. And they do happen if it's a small project or big project, but just preventing them and give them the creative freedom on the set, not solving problems technically, but solving problems creatively, and to tell them their stories was really, really like eye-opening. It was like, yeah, now we can like help them out to be more creative.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
And what do you see happening next, or kind of what gets you excited for virtual production in the next year or two?
So Sony aims to solve problems in virtual production that exist with the tool set and with our approach and the things. And I think one of them right now, it's a lens calibration and lens data coming. For example, we have a color calibration tool for panels that takes the calibration down to 15 minutes, which usually would take hours to do. And the next aim is kind of to figure out what to do with the lens information, lens data, lens calibration. That's like the biggest pinpoint. So now trying to see what can we do with that problem.
Nice. That's great. Well, thanks so much, Libor. Appreciate it.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you so much.
And that is it for this episode. Be sure to check out the rest of our NAB coverage over here at this playlist and hit the subscribe button for more videos like this. Thanks for watching. I will catch you in the next episode.